Guys, welcome back to week 20 of the MIT Challenge, which is to learn MIT's 4-year computer science curriculum in 12 months without taking any classes or even being enrolled in MIT. And I wanted to update you guys on my last week's video where I wrote about how I was currently facing the challenge of learning a new programming language, Scheme, which also uses a new programming paradigm, so a new way of thinking about writing programs, which is a functional programming paradigm, as opposed to Java or C++, which are mostly object-oriented or procedural style programming paradigms. And I was using this in order to learn and complete the artificial intelligence assignments, which are one of the classes that I'm taking in this computer science challenge. So I was learning a new language, a new programming paradigm, and learning new techniques, which is the content of this artificial intelligence class, in order to solve these problem sets. Now, I was successful. I was able to complete all 7 problem sets with 2 minor exceptions. And this involves doing problems such as an automatic Sudoku solver and a program that is an AI to solve a simpler version of chess. And these kind of assignments and these kind of problems I was able to work through in just a half day longer than I anticipated. So I wanted to spend 4 days working on it, and it took me 4.5 days to get all of the work finished for these classes. So I wanted to talk a little bit about just this general idea that learning a programming language, so in this case it was Scheme, and it was a very different language. I didn't have a lot that I could rely on, as opposed to if you're learning Ruby from Python, there's a lot of similarities. There's fewer similarities. This is a more alien kind of language if you're not used to functional programming languages. But the truth in general is that learning a programming language, learning a new programming language in just a few days is not that remarkable, and a lot of expert programmers, if you've done a lot of programming, probably won't be surprised by that. If you want to learn a new programming language, at least the basics, not to become an expert at it, not to be an expert practitioner, know all the quirks and ins and outs of the language, but to be able to execute some basic programming and basic scripting, it doesn't take that much work. And that is the big reason that I'm focusing on the more theoretical aspects of computer science, is because the theory of computer science, so this is language independent, it's technology independent. It doesn't matter whether you're using Python or Java or C++ or Mac or Linux or Windows. If you're focused on the computer science part, which is an abstraction a level above the programming of it, then you can focus on some more interesting types of problems and really learn solutions and theories for solving problems that you may not have uncovered just in the practice of going through your programming problems. So a common criticism a lot of academic programs get is that, well, when will you ever use these ideas in real life? And so if you are a computer programmer, you might say to yourself, well, I know how to do a lot of computer programming. When am I ever going to need to use calculus or differential equations or advanced number theory? And the truth is, you might not need it. It might not come across in your general practice that these examples are coming up where you need to use this specific higher level theory. But the converse is also true. If one of the problems you're encountering could be solved or could be thought of as an example of some abstract or higher level theory, you're very unlikely to uncover that just as a matter of fact. And that's one of the reasons I've enjoyed doing this program and doing this curriculum in this way, is it is giving me an exposure to a lot of higher level ideas like artificial intelligence or advanced algorithms. And it's giving me exposure to these ideas independent of a specific programming problem that I'm working on. So when I do go and work on my own programming projects in the future, or I want to work on specific problems that are of interest to me that are independent of this whole MIT challenge, having this knowledge of all these different ideas will allow me to look at those problems in a different way and help solve them better. So thanks for following the MIT challenge. I'll be updating you guys next week with more progress on the challenge and updates for more self-education resources. Thanks.